We got a few different topics we're going to talk about today. We want to talk about the Ahsoka trailer. I've not seen it yet, actually. I deliberately did not pre-watch because I know everyone's sort of talking about this right now, and I'm like, what the heck? I want to look at it fresh. I'm a pretty big Star Wars fan. I grew up with the original trilogy and also with the prequels in my later childhood years. And I've always been a big Star Wars fan, not really impressed with the direction it's gone with the sequel trilogy. But some of the stuff Disney's done, I've liked. Like Rogue One, I thought was pretty good. Solo, I didn't really care for, but like it wasn't complete trash. Like I can tolerate it and accept it. I did enjoy Rebels and Clone Wars. I've not seen all of Clone Wars, and I really loved Andor and The Mandalorian for two very different reasons. Andor is such a great political drama and great character-driven show, and it's extremely well written. You could take all the Star Wars elements out of it, and it'd still be an amazing show. Whereas Mandalorian is sort of like a space western, and I like that it doesn't take itself too seriously, and it's a very different kind of show than Andor, and it's also very character driven too, but it's not super serious. It's got funny moments, it's got comedy mixed in. It's a very different kind of show. But they're both very good, and they both can both exist in the Star Wars universe, which I really like. There's a lot you could do with the Star Wars universe. But Book of Boba Fett, a little bit of a disappointment to me. Not like I didn't hate it like a lot of people do, but disappointment. Obi-Wan, I was absolutely critical of. We can talk about that at a different time. But let's see the Ahsoka trailer. Going full screen here.
War is inevitable. One must destroy in order to create.
Wait, was that Count Dooku? Hang on, let's go back. What the fuck?
We are no Jedi.
I started hearing whispers of Thrawn's return as heir to the...
Thrawn! Fuck yeah! I know they already hinted that he's coming back in The Mandalorian, but fuck. Dude, Thrawn is probably one of my favorite characters of all time, not just in Star Wars, but the Thrawn trilogy by Timothy Zahn laid out a much better roadmap for what they could have done with the sequel trilogy than what we actually got. I was actually talking with somebody the other day about this in real life. They would say, they were saying like, yeah, look, we can't do it because the character, obviously the actors are older, and I get that, but there were definitely a lot of different directions they could have gone with Star Wars with the sequel trilogy, and instead they just completely trashed it. They had no direction, no vision whatsoever. They had J.J. Abrams putting out a very mid at best film with The Force Awakens, in my opinion, which is just sort of a rehash of A New Hope, and also didn't really do justice to Han's character. Then you had Rian Johnson, who wanted to like subvert expectations but did a horrible job with it. And then you had J.J. Abrams coming in a third time to try and save it. Just a complete shit show. No clear direction or vision from the beginning. But Thrawn here, fuck yeah. Let's see how he looks.
Empire. What happens when we find Thrawn?
Power, such as you've never dreamed.
I've spent most of my life fighting a war.
Okay, Hera and Chopper, okay.
That's why I'm trying to convince you to help me prevent another one. You and I both know who could help you with this.
She's still just as stubborn as ever.
Sabine, okay. So they're clearly bringing back a lot of other characters. All Mon Mothma as well.
I bet your master found you difficult at times.
Anakin never got to finish my training. I walked away from him, just like I walked away from Sabine.
You never made things easy for me, Master.
As a Jedi, sometimes you have to make the decision no one else can. But I'm counting on you to see this through.
I don't remember there being hints in Rebels of Sabine becoming a Jedi. Well, I guess she did. Didn't she have the dark saber at one point? I could be mistaken. But no, I don't think they ever like hinted at her becoming a Jedi. So it's an interesting twist. But
Nice haircut. Sometimes we have to do what's right, regardless of our personal feelings.
Buckle up.
If we don't stop Thrawn, everything will be in vain.
hmm. Hmm. It's not terrible. It's not terrible, his look. But I can live with it. It's not bad.
You have no power.
Anakin spoke highly of you.
I'm not here to discuss my past.
We have a lot of work to do.
Once a rebel, always a rebel.
Okay, all right. I'd give that a shot. Definitely. Now, I'm not at all impressed with Disney, but some of the stuff they put out, it's been like 50-50. Like, actually, it's probably more like 70% bad, 30% good. But when they do it good, they do it really, really, really good. So I'll definitely give it a shot. And heck, might even do like a review of the first episode or something on this channel. Well, I'd have to actually get Disney Plus then. But at some point, we might have to talk about the show if everyone's interested in that, or we have a good guest who wants to come on and talk about it. But yeah, I think that that was a good trailer. I know some people were saying online that they revealed too much, like Sabine being a Jedi. And maybe, I don't know how integral to the story that is, if that's something that would come up in episode 1, so it's not really that big of a deal, or if that's something that would be revealed in like episode 5, and now it's like, well, spoiled for everybody because they have seen the trailer. So yeah, I don't know how big of a spoiler that is, but I know people online were complaining that that shouldn't have been in the trailer because it just reveals too much. Which I know that's a problem with a lot of trailers that I have. I have a problem with a lot of trailers where they show you like the entire movie. It's like, well, why would I go watch this now? But I don't know. This could be a very minor thing that's brought up pretty early on in the first episode. Who knows? Guess we'll find out.